Hey everybody, Charlie here. Well, the Open is over. It's in the past now. 2016 CrossFit Games Open is kind of in the books, and now we get to start having fun with CrossFit again. We don't have to worry about being too tired for Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Monday again, and we don't have to only do the same stuff over and over again. So this is going to be a really fun season for us. I'm really excited about getting into kind of the new stage of where we're headed as a gym. There's going to be some things that are going to feel fairly familiar to a lot of you, but there are going to be some, I guess, fairly significant changes that you might see coming up. So here's what we have coming up for this week. We actually have a full week that you can see before you, instead of having just the first 4 days and not having any idea what the rest of the week's going to hold. But this is what you got ahead of you. If you're somebody who wants to know, continue watching. We'll talk through. If you're not, then just turn the video off and then just show up to class. All right. So Monday, partner workout Monday. That's going to happen this week again. But we're going to start out with a little bit of strength. We're looking at getting our clean and jerk strength back before, I guess, after the Open's over now. So 12-minute EMOM. What this is doing, this is just going to go, it's basically 6 sets of 2, and we're working up to a heavy set of 2. And that EMOM style is just going to keep us on task. It's going to give us a good kind of work to rest ratio. We're going to be doing those 2 heavy squat, clean, and jerks, and then resting for the remainder of that time. So if you buddy up with a partner on this one, that's not going to be a big deal. You can go ahead and kind of keep that system for yourself. So the odd minutes, you're going to do the full 2 full clean and jerks, working up to as heavy as possible, and then the even minutes you're going to rest. Essentially, you're just going to do 1 set every other minute. And then we're going to move into our partner workout Monday. This is one, if you've been here long enough, you will have seen this one before. 15 minutes, as many rounds as possible. You go, I go, so we'll partner up that way. 15 minutes, 7 burpees. So you start out with 7 burpees, a shuttle sprint, and we'll talk about how fast or how far that is. It's basically 30 feet down and back, down and back. And then when you finish that second shuttle sprint, 7 more burpees, tag off with your partner, and then you guys get as many of those as you can get during that 15-minute clock. All right, finish that up, and we'll do a little bit of shoulder durability. This is one of those things you guys are going to start to see more of. And then that's part of the game now. We need to get better durability within our shoulders. All right, Tuesday, another kind of situation here. It's basically going to be 5 sets of 5 on this back squats. But I want you guys to be kind of working through this on purpose. All right, so it's going to be, each minute is going to have its own designated thing. So 5 back squats, working up to as heavy as possible. And first minute you're going to do the back squats. Second minute you're going to do your resting, and you're going to add weight. Think about what your next barbell is going to be. And then the third minute of each 3-minute session is going to be some kind of squat mobility that your coach will assign to you based on your own specific needs. Okay, so if you're somebody who needs depth in your squat, they're going to work with you on that. If you're somebody who needs stability within your squat, they're going to work with you on that. So our coaches are going to be explaining kind of more and more what you need to do to kind of better yourself on these things. Okay, so we're going to squat first, working up to a heavy set of 5. Then we're going to move into our Metcon. This is a sprint for the week. 3 rounds for time, 7 heavy deadlifts. Okay, so the barbell is going to be pretty darn heavy here, and 30 double unders. That shouldn't be, means 21 heavy deadlifts. So pick your weights appropriately for that. Okay, finish that up. We should have some time left in class for a ROM WOD. If you don't, we'll get through some of a ROM WOD. Big idea here is to get kind of started to work some of that, work some of that tightness out. Wednesday this week will be our durability day. Okay, this is we're adding running back into our weeks quite a bit more. So this one's going to be a little bit longer here. So for time, and the distances will differ based on A, B, C, and D distinctions. So just be aware of that when you come in. So run 1 mile, then 30 snatches, and the weight here on these snatches is going to be relatively light. Okay, so a fairly fast turnover rate on that. When you finish those 30 snatches, you're going to run 800 meters, and then do 20 snatches with a little bit heavier weight. Okay, so you're going to add some weight to the bar. And then the last thing will be a 400-meter run, and then follow it up with 10 snatches with the heaviest weight. All right? Fairly simple, but it's going to be one that you're going to have to try and engage the whole time to keep yourself going. Finishing that day up with a ROM WOD, we should have plenty of time. All right, coming up next will be Thursday. We're going to spend some time with some skill work with muscle ups. All right, ring muscle ups to be exact. get this thing to where you guys can see it. So we're going to do some ring muscle ups, and then we'll apply what we've just learned into a WOD. There was going to be a modification for those of you guys who don't have ring muscle ups quite yet. It's not a problem. We'll be able to do that. So 3 rounds for time, 5 ring muscle ups, 10 squat cleans, and 20 box jumps. Okay, quite a few reps here for a 3-round workout. It's not going to be a big deal. You guys should be okay with it. Finish that up with some midline work. This will kind of be one of those for quality, not for time type things. And I want you guys to enjoy that, getting kind of stabilized in that belly. Moving on, Friday, we're going to teach you guys how to bench press. This is one of those things that we do quite a bit now, but I want to make sure that people are doing it properly. So skill practice time on the bench press, and then we'll spend 15 minutes going for a heavy rep, 1 rep max. Okay, that is if you're ready. And your coaches will help you determine whether or not you are personally ready for that 1 rep max bench press. And then we'll finish with some fun Atlas stones. All right, so 10-minute AMRAP, 5 stone to shoulder. Okay, so the ball here should be pretty darn heavy for you. I think the prescribed weight on this is the 115 for the guys and 75 for the girls. It should feel fairly heavy, but it's not a weight that you shouldn't have the ability to do. So be able to get under that weight. We'll probably take a few minutes to kind of go through the technique on an Atlas stone clean. So 5 stone to shoulders and then 10 handstand push-ups, 10-minute AMRAP on that. And then here's Saturday. This is what I'm kind of looking forward to. Strangely enough, borrowed this workout from Pat Sherwood at CrossFit Linchpin. I saw this as one of his kind of test workouts. So we have, for time, another durability style WOD here. Run 400 meters, then Fran-ish. I'm not talking about like full-on Fran, but it'll feel kind of like Fran. Another quarter mile, then another Fran-ish. We'll talk about what that means, and then another quarter mile. So for time, we get all 3 of those pieces. So run 400, Fran, run 400, Fran, run 400. Okay. Essentially, that's going to be a regular Fran, only it's chin over the bar pull-ups and lighter thrusters. Okay, so the thruster weight's going to be a little bit lighter. All right. Do not be afraid of those things. This is going to be one of those weeks that kind of gets us back into the groove of normal training here. Getting ready for 17.1. So we're going to start kind of training at this point right now to prepare ourselves for the Open next year. By the way, I'm super proud of you guys for your dedication, your grit, and your hard work during the past month or so during this year's Open. So give yourself a pat on the back. You've worked hard, you've earned it, and it's time to start putting our nose to the grind for next year. Okay, that's it. Enjoy. Let's see how this goes.